Dear child, what if your best days are already behind you? That question sits heavy in you sometimes, doesn't it? You look at where you are now, the mistakes you've made, the years that slipped by, the dreams that didn't land, and you wonder if you've used up your chances. You feel weariness that goes deeper than tiredness, regret that keeps whispering, "You should have done more by now." And underneath it all, beloved, is a quiet ache, a need to believe that your story isn't over, that something meaningful is still possible. Come sit with me, dear heart, not to be scolded, not to be fixed with empty optimism, just to hear something true spoken gently. My child, I know how you replay moments, the conversation you wish you'd handled differently, the choice you regret, the relationship that fell apart. You've been carrying these like stones, convinced they've disqualified you from anything extraordinary. But I want to tell you something that might feel hard to accept at first. I will do the greatest work ever with you, not in spite of your past, not by erasing it, with it, through it, because of what you've learned in it. Precious one, you hear greatest and your mind goes to spectacle, to stages, to applause, to achievements that prove your worth. But what if the greatest work has nothing to do with being seen by crowds? What if it's quieter than that and deeper? Beloved, the world measures greatness by noise and numbers, but I measure it differently. A healed heart that can love again, a steady presence in someone's chaos, a kind word spoken when bitterness would be easier. These are not small things to me, my dear one. You've been thinking you missed your moment, that others passed you by, that you started too late, failed too often, lost too much, and now you're just managing, getting through, surviving. Dear heart, survival is not your ceiling, it was your floor, the foundation you built when everything else was shaking. And now I'm asking you to lift your eyes a little, not to some impossible fantasy, but to what is actually forming. My child, the greatest work I will do with you is not about reclaiming lost time, it's about redeeming it. Every hard season taught you something, every failure revealed where you needed to grow, every disappointment clarified what matters. You think those years were wasted, but I was shaping you in ways you couldn't see. Beloved, you have compassion now that you didn't have before. You have patience, you have discernment. You have the ability to sit with pain without needing to rush past it. These are not accidents. They are the result of walking through fire and choosing not to become ash. Precious one, I know you feel ordinary. You look at your life, the same routines, the same struggles, the same limitations, and you think, this can't be the setting for anything significant. But listen closely. Greatness is not always loud. Sometimes it's the choice to show up again when you wanted to quit. Sometimes it's the decision to forgive when bitterness felt justified. Sometimes it's staying tender in a world that rewards hardness. My child, what I'm building in you doesn't require a platform, it requires willingness. A heart that says, I don't know how this works, but I'm here. Dear heart, you've been waiting for everything to align perfectly before you believe you're ready. But readiness is not perfection. Readiness is honesty. It's showing up as you are, not as you think you should be. Beloved, the greatest work will not happen because you finally become flawless. It will happen because you stop hiding and start collaborating with me, with the people I've placed around you, with the moment you're actually in. My dear one, you've been so focused on what you lack, the credentials you don't have, the energy that's fading, the opportunities that passed, that you've stopped noticing what you do carry. You carry resilience, you carry empathy, you carry a story that can comfort someone who feels exactly like you do right now. That is not nothing, precious one. The world tells you that greatness belongs to the young, the polished, the confident. But I tell you differently. Some of the most powerful work happens in the second half of the story, after failure, after humility, after you've learned what really matters. Loved one, you are not too late. You are right on time for what I'm doing now, my child. I want to address the fear underneath your doubt. You're afraid that if you hope again, you'll be crushed again. You're afraid that believing in something good will make you look foolish. You're afraid that even if I wanted to use you, you'd mess it up, dear heart. Those fears make sense. They come from real wounds, but they are not the truth about your future. Beloved, I am not setting you up for public embarrassment. I am not dangling hope just to yank it away. I am inviting you into partnership, not as a test you have to pass, but as a relationship where you're known and held, precious one. The greatest work will not feel like performance. It will feel like coming home to who you were always meant to be. It will feel like clarity cutting through confusion. It will feel like your gifts, the ones you thought didn't matter, suddenly finding their place. My dear one, you have gifts, not the loud ones. Everyone celebrates the quiet ones. The way you listen when someone needs to be heard. The way you notice details others overlook. The way you stay steady when chaos swirls. These matter deeply. Beloved, I will do this great work not by turning you into someone else, but by fully inhabiting who you are, your personality, your pace, your particular way of seeing. My child, you don't need to become a louder version of yourself. You don't need to force enthusiasm. You don't feel. You don't need to mimic someone else's calling. You need to walk in your own. And yes, that might look smaller than what others are doing. It might not trend. It might not be applauded. But it will be real. And it will be yours. And it will matter. Dear heart, let me tell you what this work might include. It might be raising someone who will do something beautiful. It might be being the stable friend in a season when everyone else scattered. It might be creating something, art, writing, a business, a garden, that brings life where there was barrenness. It might be healing so that your presence becomes safe space for others still breaking. Beloved, it might be teaching, leading, building, serving, but always in a way that fits your actual life, not a fantasy version of it. Precious one, the greatest work is not about doing everything. It's about doing the thing you're called to with a whole heart. One conversation at a time, one decision at a time, one act of courage at a time. My child, you will not have to do this in your own strength. That's the whole point. You've tried that already, grinding, striving, pushing, and it left you exhausted. This will be different. This will be collaboration, where I supply what you lack and you offer what you have. Your willingness, your honesty, your yes in the middle of uncertainty. Dear heart, I am not asking you to have all the answers. I am asking you to take the next step with what you know now. Beloved, there will be moments when you doubt this, when progress feels slow, when you look around and think this doesn't look great at all. In those moments, remember, seeds look like nothing before they break ground. Foundations are hidden while the visible work happens later. What I'm doing in you now is preparing you for what comes next. My dear one, you don't have to understand the whole plan. You don't have to see how it all connects. You just have to stay present, stay honest, stay soft enough to be shaped. Precious one, I know you're tired. I know the weight you carry, responsibilities, disappointments, the slow ache of unmet longings. So hear me clearly. The greatest work I do with you will not add to your burden. It will lighten it, because it will come from alignment, not striving, from peace, not panic, from partnership, not isolation. Loved one, you've been trying to do life alone for too long. You've been carrying what was meant to be shared, and that stops now. Not because you suddenly become superhuman, but because you let me into the everyday, ordinary, messy places. My child, this is the work: learning to live loved. Learning to move from rest, not anxiety. Learning that your value is not tied to your output. And then, from that foundation, offering what you have without needing it to be perfect. Beloved, you will impact people, not because you're polished, but because you're real. Not because you have it all together, but because you're honest about the journey. Dear heart, someone needs to see you keep going. Someone needs to hear your story and realize they're not disqualified either. Someone needs your specific presence, your specific wisdom, your specific kindness. And you won't always know when it happens. You won't always see the ripple of your faithfulness. But that doesn't make it small. Precious one, stop measuring significance by visibility. Some of the holiest work happens in rooms of two. Some of the most powerful moments are never photographed. My dear one, the greatest work will require you to release some things you've been gripping. Old narratives about yourself, comparisons that steal your peace, the need to prove you're worthy, and it will require you to pick up some things you've been avoiding. Your voice, your boundaries, your God-given authority to speak truth in love. Beloved, this is not about becoming perfect, it's about becoming whole. And wholeness includes your scars, your questions, your slow learning curve. My child, I am doing something that may not look impressive to the world's eyes, but it will change you, and through you it will touch others in ways you won't always see. So settle your heart, dear one. You have not missed your purpose. You are standing in it right now, in this moment, with all its ordinariness, with all its hidden potential. I will walk with you, step by gentle step, building something beautiful out of everything you've lived. And when you look back one day, you will see it. Not the noise, not the performance, but the steady work of love that made all the difference. Rest now, precious one. Let this settle in your bones. You are held, you are seen, and the best of what I'm doing with you is still unfolding. Amen. Beloved family, we continue this mission quietly, with faith, even when it is not easy. If God places it on your heart to support this work, you can find the link is in the description and comment box. Every small act of support carries this message forward.